So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of an April energy update. What's coming in for April? What lessons are we learning in April? I'm very excited. Let's get into it. So there's a lot of different things activating in April. March seemed like a huge initiation for this new energy coming forward. And April is the integration of this new fifth dimension 5D Earth experience. It's the integration of this higher consciousness of harmony with natural living, and it's also an integration of understanding your free will and your autonomy. This is very important. This is happening collectively, but there's a lot of things that are happening at many different energetic levels that I'm channeling in with and checking in. So let's start with kind of the physical, what is happening in the physical reality. So first, we know that there's going to be some extreme weather. Even coming in yesterday, all around the US there was tornadoes and thunderstorms and things like that. That's going to also kind of continue in April as we are moving through this transitional spiraling energy, and that spiraling energy is what is also being produced in tornadoes. That is the physical representation of Mother Earth's spiral. Okay, so she's releasing out a lot of energy. And have you noticed whenever you kind of spiral, whenever you have a little bit of a mentee bee or mental breakdown, afterwards you do feel better? That's kind of an energy of why these tornadoes are coming to Earth, is Mother Earth is releasing energy. This will also be bringing the world together by bringing people together and being like, hey, I can be here to help you. I will love on you and all of this stuff. So another thing that's happening physically is this mycelium of fungus in the earth is activating their crystalline nature. Fungus in the earth is starting to really radiate its light, just the same way that humans that have deep soul missions and all that stuff are radiating their light. Every part of earth is also doing that. So the physical, the fungus doing this though is a very big impact. It does everything. It is everything. Fungus really is everywhere. It's also there in the beginnings of things and the ends of things. Like if a tree is dying, a lot of fungus will go in there and take care of it. We know that mushrooms are very, very beneficial for life in general, and now that this mycelium network is really enhancing their crystalline activity, this is going to be making impacts in every single part of Earth consciousness, because it grows rapidly, it moves rapidly, and it's very conscious. It's very, very spiritually advanced. So with this crystalline mycelium fungi activating, this is making a very big impact on human consciousness in the physical realm. I do see that maybe there's going to be more research on that, or just understanding how to use fungus to help save the world, to help eat away plastics and certain bacterias, and to help humanity. I do feel like fungus and mushrooms in general are medicinal for humanity. So the crystalline core is activating a lot stronger since the blanket of forgetfulness, since the fall. We haven't had the crystalline core this activated, and it's really, really beautiful. And what this is doing, when the crystalline core of our consciousness, of our wisdom, of our understanding advances, so does our light body. This beautiful part of our light body is we're able to use our mind, body, and soul in different modalities, but still to help in oneness. For example, if we're doing an activation with your light body, say that we're doing some sort of baptism with your light body, like a waterfall coming over your body and you're being rejuvenated. Just because that's not your physical body doesn't mean that your physical body isn't going to feel it. So bring that light body that just got baptized back into your being, connect it with your physical being, ground that energy into the earth, and declare that to be your reality. This goes in the opposite direction as well. If you're digging your light body into the earth, as if your roots are digging into the earth, and you're bringing in the minerals and the nutrients of the earth, you're bringing in the certain vitamins that you need in your body through your light body, and then you bring that back into your physical body and connect that with your physical body, then you're going to get those nutrients and those minerals that you needed, that your light body is giving you. So again, we're seeing this connection between the conscious and the subconscious coming together and collaborating in this beautiful way, and it's very, very helpful for our psyche, for our mind, body, and our soul to help us elevate through this time of being, because there's a lot of things in our physical reality that we can't yet do. Like we can't fly, right? We and I don't want to limit us by saying we can't do that, because I do believe that we'll be able to do that at some point. But in this current moment, we don't have the discovery yet of learning how to teleport, or learning how to fly, or learning how to walk on water. And maybe we already have some of that with Jesus, but this is very important, because when we are activating our light body and we bring this back into our physical body, this is also enlightening and awakening our physical body. So it's not just a spiritual awakening, it's a physical awakening, it's a mental awakening, right? That's why we have this healing journey in all different modalities. It's all coming together in this beauty of this awakening, and I'm so excited about it. So start to use and play with the energy of your light body and your physical body coming together with nutrients, with certain healing, okay? The light body is also known as the aura. So using your aura to your benefit, making sure that you're taking care of your aura, taking care of what energy is coming in, what energy is going out, understanding how to alchemize, understanding all of these things. And if you have any questions about those, please comment them down below, because I would love to answer them or make another video on certain topics. Again, like I said, we're coming out of this forgetfulness blanket and we're coming into this true knowing. So we're coming out of the false matrix, we're coming into the divine matrix, and we're realizing the strength that we have as people. We are witnessing the beauty and the returning of the Garden of Eden. It is time to return the Garden of Eden. It is time for us to see our true strength without shame. Remember what happened after the apple? I'm naked. Shame. Shame. Shame created the fall. So as we're going back to Adam and Eve and we're healing these parts of us, we're letting go of this shame, this hate, this fear, this distrust of one another, and we're coming into harmony. We're coming into the natural cycle. We're very excited for this next coming phase. So intuition and discernment are also heightening for humanity, for any of those literally any person that is stepping forward in allowing yourself to evolve and to be free. You're going to be heightening your intuition and your discernment. You're going to notice where is the false matrix and where is the divine matrix, and you're going to be able to distinguish. This isn't to separate, but this is to acknowledge where you used to be led astray. And there's sometimes this is going to be conflicting for a lot of people as well, when you're like, oh my gosh, was I deceived this whole time? Was this a trap? Was this a game that I was put in? Oh my gosh, I was deceived. And sometimes there is that moment of grieving that needs to happen in these new advancements of discernment and these new advancements of intuition. But do not shame yourself for not knowing in the past, but move forward knowing what you know now to continue to push you in this energy of discernment and intuition that will keep your path straight. People have to intentionally ignore the awakening to be unaware of it at this point. The awakening is happening so strong that if people are unaware of what's happening, it's because they're choosing not to. They might have seen something and said, that's too much for me, I can't handle that. And that's their choice. Remember, people have free will, and it is not your decision or your need to change people from their own free will. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So in that situation, for everyone out there that's like, I need to save them, I can help them, I can whatever, remember that they have free will, and if they wanted to, they would. And that goes with a lot of things that are happening right now. If they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to, they would. And you know, another thing here is that spirit is going to work in miraculous ways. And maybe a part of your test is to let go and trust that the divine can do it, and it's not your purpose to heal people. It's your purpose to heal yourself and lead by example and show others that it's possible, okay? Okay, let's talk about the Middle Earth discoveries that are coming up. And what I mean by Middle Earth is this inherent wisdom that is within our earth that we haven't yet discovered, but now they're coming forward. And this is something that I really predicted for 2025 coming forward, is these ancient artifacts, is these understandings of certain things coming forward. I do feel, again, the energy of the Vatican, something around the Vatican is also coming forward. That keeps coming forward, and I don't know what it is because I haven't seen anything yet on the Vatican, but I keep feeling the Vatican has something to say to the people, and they're not saying it, and it might be time. April, it might be time. But we have The pyramids of Giza, we see that they have the free energy sources underneath. We also saw the chambers underneath, like the living quarters or whatever that was. And also someone went down there, a scientist of some sort went down there and saw that they had these healing chambers, which is something that we have been talking about. If you've been in my live spaces, we have seen these healing chambers. And these things are very helpful for healing modalities, one, but also working with teleportation. They can be very helpful with preserving your body through transition of teleportation. I don't know a ton more about that. There is super cool stuff about the healing chambers though. I've astral projected here, and this is what I have seen, is that there's these chambers of water and these beings will go inside of it, and we've seen it like things similar to like the Avatar. You can stay in here and you can also heal from here. So when you send in vibration into a chamber of water, that energy, that vibration will hit off of your body and bounce back into that chamber and then keep going. So it's this constant energy of healing over and over and over, and water is a great conductor for healing energy. Water is the element of healing, so it's beautiful that they have that underneath for us to discover. And again, this is happening all for a reason at the exact time that it needed to happen. This revealing is happening at the exact perfect time because we have allowed our free will consciousness to access the next level of consciousness. This is perfect. The way that this revealing is playing out is like perfect. Even though it can be uncomfortable, it is playing out so beautifully. We are revealing the dark entities, the powers that be no longer have control over the information. We are the ones discovering who we are truly within, and they can't stop us from thinking. They can't stop us from slowing down and meditating and remembering who we are and remembering our power and remembering our divinity. So hold space for that. Hold space for remembering, because that is the truly radical part of being alive in this moment right now. And the town and the buildings and the things underneath the pyramid of Giza is just the start. There is probably all of these different types of free energy generators underneath each of these pyramids all around the world, like Machu Picchu. Also energy similar to the Stonehenge. So these are our natural ways of understanding with our natural wisdom. We're starting to become in harmony with nature. Therefore, nature is becoming in harmony with us and revealing the wisdom that we always needed to have, but we weren't yet ready to receive that wisdom until now. So appreciate your silence. Appreciate the fact that you have done the work to get us to this point, because you have free will. This is your reality. If you're watching this video, you're probably in a similar reality to me. So welcome. Thanks for being here. Let's talk a little bit more about the free energy sourcing. Free energy generators are a beautiful way of not pillaging and hurting Mother Earth with her nutrients and her resources that she has. They were provided to us for a reason in a time that we didn't understand, but now we have more understanding about how to get free energy, how to continue to use the resources that we have that are unlimited without pillaging and hurting her and hurting the atmosphere, okay? But if you look it up, free energy generators, they're like, nah, those don't work. It's for conspiracy theorists. Girl, you can't convince me. But yes, so what I do see us doing is actually moving out of harmful resources that we have been using for cars and certain plastics, like oils for plastics and things like this, and moving into a different energy around energy. And one thing that the free energy that we're seeing underneath the pyramid is doing for us is exposing this whole new area of energy. What this is also doing is connecting us with the understanding that we have to work with the electromagnetic field in order to get energy. The pipeline to this is also flying cars. I'm just going to talk about it. Let's have this conversation. So if we're understanding free energy, then we need to be making cars that can use free energy so that we don't have to use the oil and the gasoline and all of that stuff. So we have to start understanding the electromagnetic field and using the magnitude, using the energy of Mother Earth and harmonizing with her so that we can vibrate with her. And this is where we start to do flying cars. Okay? I do believe that this is the next part of human consciousness, is flying cars. So we're going to be levitating on the electromagnetic field, and that's how we're going to be moving places. Another thing of what we're doing is, if you haven't seen, the pyramids are teleportation devices. That's another way that we're going to move through time. And maybe I'm ahead of my time here. Maybe this is going to take a little bit of time to get here, but all of this stuff is coming forward for a reason, and the way that we are rapidly changing is so beautiful. We need to be using the electromagnetic field to harmonize with Mother Earth, and the more that we can do this within ourselves, the more that we can do this in our physical reality, the more that other people outside of us are going to say, maybe this is a good idea. But remember that we're a collective consciousness. So when you put an idea into the universe, someone else can catch that and be like, this is a good idea. Let's do this. So remember that you're making an impact just by thinking, just by being still in the moment, okay? And remember, this is how Stonehenge was created. Stonehenge was created with sound and vibration and harmony. We know how to harmonize with one another. We know how, if you've been in a choir, you know how to harmonize. So how can we then take it to the next level? By harmonizing with the natural rhythm of Mother Earth's electromagnetic frequency. And this is something that I haven't yet fully wrapped my head around, but this is something I want to bring forward for anyone that has any ideas or discussion about using the electromagnetic field. There may have been a time where the older generation of advanced beings would use spirituality and technology and combine them. This is why we had this technology of the pyramids. This is why we had certain technologies of yada, 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 right? But they must have done something that wasn't great for humanity, and it shut it all down. So it is our opportunity, it is our obligation, honestly, to redo this, to reconnect us in with our natural state of being and do it with love and honor and ease and grace and peace. Okay? While we're moving through this transition as Earth beings, it's very exciting. We're all involved in this. Just because there are some scientists that are doing some work on the pyramid, discovering stuff like this, doesn't mean that you're not involved at all. By you awakening, by you listening to this information and saying, yeah, no, this feels right, I resonate with this, that's you contributing to the evolution of humanity. Continue to remember that you're a big impact in evolution. That's why we have been able to elevate in the past, even 2 years. It's been crazy how much elevation has happened. It's because of you guys taking the time to realize that you are such a big impact. By healing yourself, you're healing the world. By understanding yourself, you're understanding the world. Own that. And I would say on top of this, many of us are coming back to Earth at this time that used to be here during that Egyptian time. That's why a lot of us have Egyptian origins or Atlantis origins or Lemurian origins. This is because we were here at that time where there was the initial fall, and now we're here when we wake up. Okay, it's also part of our karma, but it's a beautiful part of our karma. I really think it's beautiful to be birthing this new age and to incorporate this new phase of humanity. It's very exciting. Continuing on, another thing that we're going to be learning is a deeper understanding of galactic connection. So, a lot of galactic beings are in a higher dimension. They're not in this reality. So it's kind of silly for them to come down to this reality, but in reality, we are the ones that are supposed to elevate up to communicate with them. They're not coming here to save us in the physical form, yada, yada, yada. But it's more them coming to us in our psyche, in our soul, and saying, activate. It is your time to remember. It is your time to remember your deep divinity, your deep sovereignty, the deep free will that you have over your world right now. You have free will to change your reality based on what feels right to you. This is a big thing coming into April. We don't have to choose war. We can choose peace. That's your free will. We don't have to choose hurting the earth. We can choose being in harmony with earth. That's your free will. Remember that the people do have the power. When you regain your power, when you remember, oh, I have free will and I can make autonomous plans, you're taking your power back and you're saying, it's actually in my hands. It's in me and God's hands. You're a co-creator of this reality. It is not in the hands of those that have been hurting and manipulating and poisoning you. It is in your hands. Ashe. The more that we can connect with our higher version of self, the more that we can transform into that version and bring that version here to this planet. And then the last thing that I'm going to say here is give grace. Offer grace to humanity right now. We have watched humanity go through some highs and some lows. This Earth game is no easy game. Like I've said before, it's the doctorate program. If you're here, you're probably some sort of spiritual master that has to come into the physical form to really feel out the highs and the lows. And can you handle it? Can you emotionally regulate yourself to a point that you can be okay in moments of conflict, in moments of chaos, in moments of ease? Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes we have a hard time with ease because we're so used to the chaos. So can you handle both the chaos and the ease? Can you handle both the structure and the flow? Okay, right? That's the point here. That's what we're learning. Not going to be perfect, because perfect isn't real. I don't really know what perfect is. What the point of you being here is you being authentically yourself, you showing up as yourself, you leading as yourself, not looking to other people, not comparing yourself to other people for what they're doing or judging other people for what they're doing. Look at yourself. Look inward. That's where all the wisdom's at. That's where all the grace is. That's where all the love is. It's all within. The kingdom of God is within. The body is a temple. Honor your body. Your body is the strongest technology that we have yet on this earth. So remember that. People can't produce you in the lab. You are made with God consciousness. That is enough. And again, offering grace. We're in this birthing phase of humanity where we're still in this creation portal of creating the next reality and getting rid of the old reality. It can be a little uncomfortable, but we're in this birthing phase now. So give grace to those that are struggling in this moment, that are like having a hard time letting go of the womb, and embrace the release, embrace the flow, embrace what is moving forward, but don't judge. People are going to do what they need to do in this moment. Similarly, different mothers are going to birth their babies differently. Also, each contraction is different. Some people are going to breathe through it. Some people are going to grab on and scream during this moment. But what you need to do is focus on yourself and your own birthing process. Okay? That's the truth here. The last thing I want to just say real quick is just stay present. It's important to be present in this moment because this is one of the craziest times to be alive. And I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that gave you a little bit of insight of what's coming forward in April. And this is only a little bit. We're only scratching the surface of what April is bringing. I'm very excited. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all and have a great rest of your day. Mwah!